Hey, it's Emily from Emily Plans Life, and today I'm going to be showing you my process for figuring out my 2024 lineup and how I figured that out. The first thing I've been doing, like for about 3 years now that I've been Frankenplanning, it has evolved every year, just a little bit depending on my needs, what I'm doing, all that kind of stuff. So I start with sort of basic questions. Like what's working, what's not working, what doesn't need to be in my planner anymore, what am I missing, like what do I need to add, and I kind of go from there. So I do want to go through here and show you what's working and what's not working, and then my lineup at the end. So in the beginning here, I do like my decorated name page, so I'll include that again. I've liked having this year at a glance where I've documented a couple things like payday and time off from work. Next year, one thing I want to add to that are camping and Disney trips. So I'll just probably pick like 4 different colors. I'll refine my list of exactly what I need over here, but I liked having this little year at a glance. It's the first time I've actually ever used this, so it's pretty cool. I also have this perpetual calendar that's in the beginning of most, maybe all happy planners. So I've used this for birthdays and anniversaries, and it works just fine. Got my little productivity sheet here that works. And then my first tab, I am going to have 6 tabs, which I do currently have in my planner right now, but I haven't had that many all year. So you'll see later how I'm going to kind of change these up a little bit, but this is what I've been starting with, and it has worked for the most part this year. This first section is just kind of like my reference section where I've had a brain dump, and I started doing a top 3 a few months into the year. I really like that because that makes sure that I get the most important things done that I want to do that month. Also have my brain dump. This works, but I feel like I'm not coming back to this as often as I need to. So that's something that's going to change. So for one thing, I'm going to use the get it done method, I think, or get things done. I've got the book, and I want to read through that and see how that might work for me. Also found some really cool printables from Squared Plans Etsy shop, so I may, after I read the book and make sure I want to try that out, I may get those inserts. But those will be in a different section. You'll see later. The trigger list here for some of these things that I've had in here for continuing education and work training. So I've really liked having this right here, but it's a little overkill. I just kind of want everything all at once. So you'll see a sheet that I'm gonna replace this with. So something I found online, and then the pre-planning pages here, this is work. These are from Happy Planner. Unfortunately, I guess they're not made anymore. So I found another solution for that. And then sometimes I have this little planner or folder in here, and it's worked pretty well. So I'll include that when I need to, as well as this swatch sheet from all of my mild liners and some zebra brush pens that I have. So the first section here that I use is my catch-all planner, and I've been using a dashboard. So I use my monthly for kind of like big events, days off, travel, that sort of stuff, like really highlight, just month at a glance. So I will continue doing that for 2024. And then I drill down and go, of course, much more detailed on my weekly layouts. So big change that's coming here. The dashboard works for me. I'm just a little bored with it. Like, I've been using it for several years. I sometimes run out of room over here. I don't know. I kind of feel like I put the same thing in 2 different places because I want to have like my brain dump to-do list here, which, as we've already talked about, should probably go over here. but it just gets lost in this mess because there's no organization, which is why I think I'm going to try that get things done method. Anyway, we're changing this. So this is going to go to a checklist for at least a month or two. And then I have a vertical as well that I'm not sure, like with the checklist layout, I really like the way it's set up, but I don't know that I like want these. I don't know that I want to be locked into like a certain setup every single week. I mean, obviously you can decorate wherever, but I really like the check boxes, but I kind of wish they were in different spots, different days. And I have some of those little stencils from the Happy Planner, which I use sometimes when I'm, wanting to put boxes down on a vertical. So I don't know. We'll see about that. But that's the plan for now. What I'm putting on these pages is working, so we'll keep that. The next section I have right now is labeled clean house, but really needs to just be labeled like home. So in this section, this is very new. I really haven't done much in here at all, but for 2024, I do want to do some stuff, which is like a cleaning tracker for monthly, quarterly, and yearly task. And then I've got like our basic grocery list and some recipes here. Definitely want to add more to it. And then another thing that is going to be added, this is from a website called Anchored Women, and I really like their planner. Like, it's so good. They have been doing, it's called SOS planner, which I did buy as a printable, and it's really well thought out. There's like a million layouts you can choose from. And one thing that I really like is this like pre-planning section. So they do a quarterly one. So this is winter. So for each month, they talk about getting a project goal and a habit goal. So I think that's kind of cool because, of course, January 1st, we all got crazy. Want to have like 50 goals and I never achieved them, or they're like all over the place. So I think being more organized and intentional would be really nice. And then just some thoughtful questions like, what do you love about winter? What events or activities are you looking forward to? What projects do you want to work on? And what do you need to do to prepare your home for this season? And then reminders like adding these events or tasks to your planner. And then winter meals, so like our favorite ones, new ones we might want to try, easy ones for when we're busy, etc. So in addition to these quarterly ones, they also have monthly ones, which I got a little, like a 3 or 4 month bonus for the rest of 2023 ones since I bought the 2024 planner. So what I'm going to use these for is kind of like, I think this will be part of like that get things done project task tab that I'm talking about, is kind of laying out like what all's going on. When do I need to do things over here? Like this week I'm thinking about gifts, Christmas cards. I actually film the setup for next week, but I'm kind of in the mood to do it now, so I did. So just anything that's going on here, and I can put these in, and that way I can more intentionally plan for things that I want to do. So like how you connect with your people. Joe and I went to Dollywood. I'm going to make some gingerbread men with my mom. I want to have lunch with a friend, and actually have another thing. Hold on. While I'm thinking about it, I've got another friend that sometimes comes into town for Christmas, so I want to holler at her. Just all this kind of stuff. It's really cool. So I really like the way this is set up, and this will be part of my like monthly my planning overview kind of thing for the month. So looking forward to that. The next section I have been calling Be Mindful. This is like my health section. Speaking of things that did not work, this wellness planner did not work. It never works. I don't know why I continued to buy it this year. So there's no more of that. I am using the dividers because I think they're gorgeous. But yeah, I will not be buying another wellness planner. But I did get one I'll go through here in just a minute, which is the recovery planner, and I really like it. I can't wait to show you that. I'm very excited about it. So in this one, I have been using the Elise Joy little thing here. It's like a calendar for the whole year, and I like using it, so I've been putting like travel days, any kind of workouts, theme parks, intentional movement, yoga, all walking, all that kind of stuff. And I just picked a color for each month, which was fine until I kind of like forgot to do it a couple months ago. And then I just feel like this doesn't give me a ton of information. So one thing that I want to have a better handle on is, what am I doing on these days? Like, I would love to be able to know how many times I did a yoga class or routine in 2024. So I have some ideas about how that will work. I'm thinking right now that I will come up with a few categories like theme parks, yoga, other workouts, maybe something else. I'm not sure exactly. And I will just pick like 3 or 4 colors, and those actually may coincide with the same colors I use for these, because that would just be easy. I could like keep those 4 mild liners in one place, and then I don't have to go searching for them or try to remember which purple it was or anything. And then that way I'll just track those, so I can like total up all the pink dots and know how many yogas routines I did that year. So I think that'll be kind of neat. And let's see, also like my little vision board I made this year. I may just keep it for next year. So that's been working too. One thing I have really not liked about the wellness planner, I don't know, I don't do like a food log and all that kind of stuff. So the stuff that's in there is just not really applicable. And I like the little questions at the bottom, but they don't, I don't really have enough room to write out my answer. So they're like in a vertical sort of, for each day, and like this is the amount of room, and I don't write that small to like write answers to questions down there. So it just doesn't work. So no more. All right, for my creativity planner, I actually was not going to get a planner for this. I am just going to use some filler paper from my vast collection sitting behind me. I have tons of filler paper, and one thing that wasn't working for me on that is like these pages. I like the way these are set up, but I just never fill them out all the way. I feel like I don't really know what to put there. And then I have these certain sheets here that have the month on them. And so if I write something here, but then I'm still working on it in January, then I have this like rando page that's not where it needs to go. And so my thought is that it would just be easier to have topic sheets. So the things that I put in here are like Wild University, online craft classes that I'm taking, any scrapbooking events, memory keeping stuff, Disney scrappers. So it would just make more sense to my brain at this moment for me to just have like Disney scrappers. And so that would force me to remember to check in there every month, because I kind of forget. There's monthly challenges every month. And so anyway, if I'm still working on December's come January, then I can just move that over to January, and I don't have this weird December paper, or like there's something on the back that doesn't really go. So that's the whole thing. I'm pretty excited about that change. I'm very happy with that. So my next section is what I've been calling unplug, just because I really don't have anything else to put there. So I've been using a seasonal divider, and I've had things like my book tracker and just cute little inserts and stuff. I don't necessarily need this section anymore. I'm probably just going to put my book tracker in another part of my planner. And then the last section I have been using as just a little spot for some blank sheets, lines, paper, so I can make notes, and a couple of daily sheets. So that is working. And this is the part I kind of wish I had like maybe done while I was on camera, but then I probably would have forgotten stuff. So here we are. I went through and made list of things that I need to do in each of my sections, and then how I'm going to do those. So, for instance, like in my, I called it my inbox, but it's just like this section right before the first tab. So I put things like, you know, I want to keep up with birthdays and my pre-planning calendars, all those sort of things. And I marked whether I was going to do like an insert or a filler page, if I'm going to have a printable. So I just brainstormed all the things that need to go there. And then in my catch-all calendar or catch-all planner, which again, I've been using dashboard and we'll be switching to checklist. I made a list of all the things that I need to put in there. So like my work schedule needs to go on my weekly sheets. I don't need that on my broad overview calendar. But I do want things on my calendar like appointments or travel days, you know, things like that. It just depends. And this will vary based on, you know, your life. Like if you have a set schedule, you know, maybe you don't need it on there, but if you have a job that involves travel, maybe you do. It just depends. You've got to kind of figure out like, what do you need in each section and how are you going to track it? Where are you going to look for it? I'm not going to look here on my calendar for my work schedule. Like it's just going to get lost in all this other stuff that I've got in here and decoration. I need it in one place. So that's what I've been using this little box up here for, and also meal planning. I like having that stuff really quick. I don't have to hunt anywhere for it. It's right here. So that's worked well. So like I said, I'll be using the checklist layout as my main catch-all. I think this is so pretty. I love all the dividers. I'm really excited about that. So I'll be using my year at a glance as I described before. I'll have some things I'm tracking over here and use certain colors. Also, I made a list for myself here so I'd remember that. Here I was kind of thinking about maybe using these pages for something different like movement, but I think that I will just continue using this for birthdays and anniversaries like I did last year. So I'll fill that out. And the I don't really use the currently sheet like ever in my planner. I'm so bad about that. I don't know. I just don't look here. This is just not something that really works for me. Again, here on my calendar, I'll have those big like appointments, events, travel days, things like that will go right here. And then not sure, I do have a plain vertical that I may switch to at some point if I don't love this layout. So I kind of like all the checklist boxes here, but I also don't want to be like committed to this. Like I don't want to not decorate anything here in the middle. So I'll have to play around with this. Like I've been doing some vertical planning just to kind of get my brain in that direction, but we're still working on it. So, and I just want to show you some of these dividers. They're so cute. This one says crafting is always a good idea. Little buttons here. Crafting helps me unwind, which is so true. Create something beautiful every day. And I really like the gold accents there, of course. It says born to create. Happiness is a warm glue gun. And also, I didn't mention this before, but I like how neutral. It's just a few little dots here in the middle of the weekly and the calendar. This is ready to plan. Got all my Happy Planner stuff. Feeling crafty. Do more of what you love. Craft a happy life. And the craft room is calling and I must go. The other thing that's kind of cool is that the calendar that I have, the vertical that I have, it actually matches this, so it will be seamless if I decide to sub those in instead of using the checklist. For the other planner that I'm changing a whole lot is the health section. So I'm definitely going to use that year to glance from Elise Joy, like I mentioned. I'll put in my vision board, but some things that I'm looking forward to in this recovery planner is, and And so, and actually, I'm not sure. This is still something I'm thinking about, like whether I want to use this perpetual calendar as like a movement tracker as well. We'll see. Probably not, since I've decided to use that year at a glance. But anyway, these are really pretty dividers. This says small progress is still progress. Take time to recharge. Find happiness in the journey. Just some neutral decor there. Get a little better each day. Growing, blooming, becoming. But the things that I like in here are the goals. So these are some things that I like. I never rest, y'all. Literally, I need to like write that in and schedule it. Be active could be like a new yoga challenge I want to do or something. There's a ton of things here that I could put. So I may not use all of these. Like I don't know. I mean, this is obviously geared towards someone who's going through like recovery from addiction, like alcohol or something. So not everything really applies, but I really like some of the thoughtful questions here. So like on the left side, sort of like a dashboard, which of course I'm very familiar with. And then it says to be blank this week, I'm going to, and then I can set 3 little habits that I want to work on. So I can check those off every day. I've got a short little to-do list here if I want to. And then there's a weekly check-in, which I believe is the same every week. Let me make sure. Yeah. So that it says what is taking up space in my head. And then there's a few different things. So again, some of these don't really necessarily apply to me, but I can always cross them out or just like sort of make them apply. And then the other things I like here, besides the guided journaling, is that each day has a cute little already made mood tracker, which I think is kind of fun. I kind of get lost on those mood trackers that have like 5 different ones and you can fill them in yourself. I'm like, I can't commit to that the whole day. To say I was excited the whole day or I was whatever. So I think I can handle a smiley face or a mint or a frown. We're going to go for that. And then I also may use this space as a little bit of journaling. I am not a big journaler. I've tried many times over the years, so we'll see if this works. And then I think I'm like I said, I'm really excited about this one. I also feel like there's room, like haven't been doing really good at tracking my water intake, so that might be one of my goals, just to make sure that I hit my mark every time. Over here I can also put another little checklist if I had another habit that I wanted to look at. Okay, so the next one that will be in here is the creativity planner, which again, I am mostly using filler paper for, but I decided that I really do need a calendar for it. So this is from Happy Planner. I got it at Michael's the other day. It was on sale. It's really bright and fun. So it says like, see the good in all things, choose love. Today is full of wonderful things. There is beauty everywhere. And what I plan on doing for this, I'm not really planning on using like this whole front section at all. And again, like I said, I'm not real good at using the currently sheet. So I will be writing down events that happen, that are going to happen. I also like to keep up with like the amount of books that I read in a year or every month. So that's something that could go over here. We'll see. But I will just be using the calendar out of this. So I'm going to use the calendar and then this back page for month-specific things that I want to keep up with. So I think this will be plenty. And then I'm just going to take out all these weeklies. Like I don't need them for anything. I'll stick them back in case something happens and I decide that I do need them, but I definitely do not need like daily tasks for creativity stuff. Now, one thing I could do would be to like white this out and put different topics here. But again, I think my filler paper along with this month specific checklist that's going to stay with the calendar, I think that will be plenty. So looking forward to that. And then next section is going to be my clean house one, which I kind of went over. I don't have all that stuff, so I have a lot of things I need to get from here, like a freezer inventory and a pantry inventory. I'd like one of those little like a house maintenance kind of thing. So I do plan on using this for, you know, like changing our air filter and different stuff. So this section has a lot that needs to be made or figured out for. So I'm working on that. And then my projects and get things done. Again, I'm going to use this SOS planner. It has, I'll just have 1 month in there, whatever the current month is. And like I showed you before with the sheets in there for like each month. So you've got a calendar, you've got meal ideas, you've got goals and focus, projects, rest, all that sort of stuff. So I really like that. And the other thing I had here, these are a couple other things. So this will be part of my pre-planning for 2024. It has a little section here. This is from the SOS Planner from Anchored Women, where you reflect on how your year went. What do you want to refresh the year? What do you want to focus on? Any kind of bucket list for this year, and your goals for fit. And they've got different like categories. So physical, mental wellness, relationships, fun, finances, and work and personal. And then you can set out some quarterly goals, project goals, and habit goals. And this right here is actually what I'm using for my CE tracker for work. So I was able to edit this, and I put a few things in here. So I have 2 different quizzes I have to take at work, and then live CE that I like to try to do monthly so that it don't have like 12 of them due at the end of the year. And so I got this all printed out. It's 1 sheet. That's all I need for my live CE stuff. And then my pre-planning sheets were some bonus, a bonus file that came with the Anchored Women planner. So I'm going to put future appointments, paydays, confirmed days off, that sort of thing. I like having all this down when I'm getting ready to plan my month. Then I will be doing another video when I get to the point where I'm setting up my planner for 2024. So hopefully you'll come back and check that out with me. I'm really looking forward to some of the changes that I'm making, and of course I'm sure some of them will change as the year goes through. But tell me if this video was helpful. I hope I wasn't too like all over the place. It's a lot to take in, especially like if you haven't done Frankenplanning, or if you've got like, even if you've got multiple planners, so this still works. Like I just used one of these sheets. It's like a weekly checklist from the Happy Planner a couple releases ago. And I just wrote down in here what I want. So this is like my front section, and then my 6 tabs that I have. And then I just put all these things in here that's, you know, I want to include in there. Some of these I'm putting these little thing here because these are like things I need to work on. But I really like seeing all this right here at a glance. It's very helpful for me. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. And if you don't already, hit subscribe, and also follow me over on Instagram at Emily Plans Life. Thanks so much. Have a great night.